First thing I want you guys to do is you're going to find an object online. For this project you can, we're just exploring, so you can use clip art for this, okay? So I'm just going to search something that I want to draw, and I'm going to type in that object and clip art, okay? I found this flower here. I'm going to save it, so I'm going to click on it, add to photos, and then I'm going to create a new document in Fresco. So I open up Fresco, create a new, I'm going to use print, and I'm going to use letter, and I'm going to make sure I use landscape. Obviously if your photo's a little bit taller, then you could use portrait. So now I'm going to add the photo into the document, and I'm going to use this flower here. And the goal of this is I want you guys to use warm colors in areas that are further away, or sorry, warm colors in areas where it's closer to us, cool colors where you have areas that are further away further away from you, or where you have your shadows. Okay, so I'm going to decide what my base color for this flower is. And I'm going to make sure that I create a new layer, and I'm working on top of this image. And then I'm going to use the second brush, the watercolor brush. That is a live brush, and you'll see it's a good brush to use for mixing colors. So I'm going to find my base color, and I'm going to use a red for my base color. And I'm going to drop the opacity here so it's a little bit lighter, and I'm going to use that and just build on top of each other. So I'm going to keep on building the color right on top. I'm going to make the brush size a little bit bigger. I'm just going to fill it in with my base color. You can see in live motion it kind of spreads out. And then I'm going to drop the size a little bit. What I'm going to do is, in areas that are closer to me, I'm going to use a warmer color. So I'm going to use a color near that base color, and I'm going to choose a little bit of a warmer color, and I'm going to apply that areas closer to me. So this is more of the highlights. You can see it starts to blend nicely together. And then I can go into maybe an orange. Could add a little bit more of that base color. Make it a little bit more vibrant. You can see it gets darker as I do that. And then I'm going to add a cool color, so more of my purples towards this center, because this is the area furthest away from me. It'd be more of my shadows, and I could come back in with my base color on top of it to help kind of blend it together. But you can see this really helps create more of this three-dimensional look. If I go into this petal, same thing. I can start with my base color. This part of the petal will probably be closest to me, so I want to keep that more on the lighter side and use my warmer colors. And then this area here will be further away. That's my shadows. So I could add a little purple to it, or a blue. Come back with my base color. And then I can add some highlights here. Maybe towards this edges, it's a little bit darker, a little further away. Have that going like that. So go ahead and pick an object and start to recreate it using warm and cool colors. Call me in your breakout room if you have any questions.